Hi, my name is Maria Fernanda, and I'm here today to talk about metaphysics and the origin of the universe and my own thoughts and opinions about that. To start with, let's talk about what is metaphysics. Metaphysics is basically a branch of philosophy that is concerned about the ultimate nature of existence and reality itself. This term was created by Aristotle, and basically it combines the words meta and physics. Meta means the things after the physics. Normally, metaphysics cover topics such as cosmology, which is space and time, identity and change, free will, and many others. But today, we're going to focus on cosmology, which is space and time, and basically the main question will be how the universe was created. I did a little research and find a lot of theories that explain how the world came to be as we know it and how the universe was created. There were a lot of them. Some of them were religious, some of them were scientific, and some of them even combined both of them. What I thought that was the most logical and makes sense to me was the Big Bang Theory. It says that the universe started with a small singularity, which was only a few millimeters wide, that inflated over the next 13.8 billion years, and from this came matter, energy, space, time, and the causes we know nowadays. Before we continue talking about the Big Bang Theory, I would like to discuss the religious aspects of my life. Nowadays, I'm not really a religious person. I used to be when I was a little kid, because I grew up in a Catholic school and a Catholic house. And in school, I was taught a lot of things about God, the church, the Bible, and I was taught that God created the universe. Then I grew older, and the theory for me didn't make sense. It didn't make any logical sense. So I did my own research. That's when I discovered the Big Bang Theory, and that's the most suitable theory for me right now. But continuing talking about this, I also discovered that there are two theories that involves God with the Big Bang Theory. The first one describes that the singularity created God. That I actually kind of find believable. And the second one was that God put the singularity in the whole universe, and that's how the universe was created. Now, which one do I believe? I actually have two problems with those theories. The first one is that I don't believe that God could be, was before the singularity, because then I would have to ask myself, who or what created God? And that question cannot be answered. Therefore, I don't believe that God existed before the singularity. Then, my other problem with the other theory is that, yes, I find more believable that the singularity created God, and then God was created, and that's it. My problem with that theory is that, okay, the singularity created God and created the whole universe. Then, what is God's role exactly? Like, why does God even exist? And when I discovered that, when I actually thought about that, my only faith in God kind of vanished. I think that right now, I don't believe in God at all. But then I started thinking and thinking, then what is God exactly? Is it a person? Is it a force? What is it? And I actually make a connection with the theory of forms of Plato. Maybe God is just like an abstract concept that humans created. And to dig a little deeper on theory of forms of Plato, Plato uses the word reality to describe his theory. Reality is something almost impossible to describe to anyone because each of us can have different views of reality. What is real for you, maybe it isn't for someone. like how some people believe that God exists and that's part of their reality, and some people don't consider God as part of their reality. Your reality and someone else's reality, it's not wrong or right. It just means that each day we question ourselves, we question our realities, we question our perceptions and our understandings, and even our knowledge. We question ourselves in order to avoid falling into ignorance, in order to live a happy life, and in order to, well, see more of the world that we allow ourselves to see.